I paint a lot of concrete and asphalt, and people who don't understand how to do a realistic painting, you see, you've been told your whole life that the road is black,
Yeah.
and the sky is blue, but the sky is 6 different shades of blue at any given time,
Yeah.
and the road is made up of hundreds of thousands of rocks that are all different little colors. So you can be a painter that chooses to decide to paint every little tiny pebble in the road, or you can just put down one color, but it won't look realistic. I really have never been able to run on a treadmill or be in a gym. I'm not a weights person. I like the sense of accomplishment of being outdoors and pushing your physical limits. But I love this. I mean, this is an hour and a half out of my day. And I appreciate that I've met people here recently, because I work by myself. I do hyper-realistic oil paintings. Yeah, like of abandoned gas stations, trailers. So they're a little more gritty, kind of Western. I used to paint really realistic pictures of New York City and San Francisco, but you kind of adapt to where you live, and something more intimately. It's easier to paint with empathy. If you had asked me to do a painting of Russia per se, it would be very hard because I've never been there. It wouldn't feel the same way that you feel Russia. When I was a kid, my family never flew anywhere. My dad's an artist too. We couldn't afford it, and he had to take paintings with him. I didn't go on an airplane for the first time until like 1994. And I imagine in the past, kids like sitting in these gas stations and going swimming and sitting in the back of a station wagon with no air conditioning and saying, when are we going to be there? And cars didn't get as good a gas mileage. And now those things are just disappearing. I'll do little sketches and take a lot of photographs. I use my phone a lot. And then sometimes if I see a photograph that a friend has taken, I ask them for permission if I can use parts of it. When people see me paint them, they're like, I never would have thought that would have made an interesting painting. But I think it says something about the history of the West and Arizona and travel. I went to the University of Utah, and I went to art school there. And if you were at the University of Utah and you took 12 credit hours a semester, they'd give you a season pass for $200. So we would sign up for 12 credit hours and then drop half our classes. Utah has like this preconceived notion that it's just a religious community and it's very one way. And it certainly isn't. There's all different types of people there. And there's a huge mountain community there. I kind of had a community up at the ski resort I grew up skiing at. It was called Alta, Utah. And I skied there since I was 5 years old up until, I moved down here 28, so 10 years ago. You see the same people on the lift, and some people you'd become best friends with, and I'm still friends with today. Went to their wedding in Philadelphia a few months ago, and then other people, you saw them every day for 15 years, didn't know their name, they never waved at you. People are more friendly in the morning for some reason. Every stranger's like, good morning, good morning. And then no one ever says good afternoon. No one says hello, and like strangers don't. I know you do, obviously. My biggest pet peeve is when I'm hiking up the mountain and I can see someone a very long distance in front of me and I catch them. And then when you pass them, they turn on the afterburners. You're like, I spent all this energy catching you, and now you decided to speed up and one guy's just like, I don't like when people pass me. I'm like, then go faster. I sometimes get frustrated if someone gets in my way because I pretty much go the exact same steps every single day and on the way down too. And then I get a little superstitious, like, well, is this going to ruin my whole day because I had to take a different route around that rock?